Lying just beneath everyday reality is a breathtaking world where much of what we perceive about the universe is wrong.
Human cultures build up a lot of the stories they tell each other, their rituals, their religions, and their science by thinking about light. Men of God declared light divine. Scientists bent it through glass to see to the depths of space and the minute interiors of cells. It seemed by understanding the truth about light, we would understand the truth about everything. But it turned out, and this is surely one of the great paradoxes of the light stories that we've been telling, it turned out that the more people could manipulate light, the more puzzling and tricky light turned out to be. And in the very same idea that light and truth go together, it turns out that a great deal of what light gives us is an illusion. It's an illusion.
And never forgetting also that there is this other unseen hand that knows absolutely what consciousness is, who are experts in that fact. You're walking around couldn't care less. You're waiting for the next movie to come out, the next fashion and all that, what Hollywood's going to do next. But there's people there who have a thorough understanding of human consciousness, human psyche, human libido, and they're working on it 24/7. 24/7 to feather their own nests and also to keep man in servitude, man whom they think is their creation. You know, they think of man as just being one of their own, you know, like somebody treats a pet. If you actually watch how people mostly treat their pets, you know, when you really watch it, you'll find that the pet is a slave. Well, we have people ruling this society who think of human beings as pets and slaves. Yeah, they provide you with some food and they take you for a walk now and again, you know, but they basically you are a pet and you'll be told where to sit and where to go and what to do. That should be obvious to people by now.
The idea that light was a wave is now heralded as one of the great discoveries of science. It meant colour was at last comprehensible. Just as different frequencies of sound give you different notes, different frequencies of light give you different colours. Sound travels in waves. For instance, columns of air in organ pipes vibrate up and down, rather like ripples of water going back and forth in a lake. Young studied the unusual and distinctive ways in which sound waves behave, particularly when they overlap. Imagine that you play a single note on the organ, and it sounds pure. Now, if you add another note, which is out of tune, you begin to hear beats, which are related to the difference
in frequency between the two notes. When two waves meet, they can either add or subtract. You get pulses of addition and difference.
God created the world with the sound. Sounds do create intelligence. And the Jewish people had understanding of identifying sounds that carried the highest intelligence. David, Solomon, Moses, all these people have had tremendous understanding of human intelligence and always sought the intelligence of God. The sounds Ya and Wa are important for both the Jewish tradition as well as yogic tradition. Ya and Wa together constitute the name of the Jewish God Yahweh. These two sounds are also used within the yogic tradition, the mantra Namah Shivaya.
So it says here, there's an interesting caption, says, "Here stands the new man. His conception of reality is a dance of electronic images fired into his forebrain, a gossamer construction of his masters designed so that he will not under any circumstances perceive the actual or the real. His happiness is delivered to him through a tube or an electronic connection. His God lurks behind an electronic curtain. And when the curtain is pulled away, we find the CIA sorcerer and the media manipulator."
The Jewish people make up 3% of the U.S. population. They account for 20% of the Nobel Peace Prizes since 1950. They make up 20% of the U.S. Of the country's CEOs, and also 22% of the Ivy League schools. And they basically ended their conclusion after a number of years of research is that it's the genes that give the Jewish people this extra intelligence. It's making them smarter.
That should be obvious to people by now. But these individuals don't really have any fear of us. Well, they do have fear of us to the extent that they know if we were awakened what we could do. So their motive of why they would want to dumb down people is also highly practical. Remember, these people are very, very practical. They may be evil, but they're also very practical. They know that you don't want a mass of intelligent, free-thinking, self-aware, proactive, deeply concerned, spiritually empowered people. That's the worst threat that they can imagine. So it's very practical for them to keep people, what do they call it? One leash for one neck. Everybody in a complete sense of consent, with the illusion that they're independent. It doesn't work without that.
It's an interesting article. You should always look at positive things in life. As I was reading this article, what I found was the Ashkenazi Jews displayed a great deal of intelligence through their elevated IQ. But they also have problems of brain disease. So they have both intelligence, higher intelligence on the one hand, and then they are prone to diseases on the other hand. There are ways we can remedy this through the sounds, because sounds are capable of doing both positive and negative things. and then the science of sounds can provide answers for problems like this. That's what we need to study in order to help the people who are having these diseases. That's how I look upon this program. That sounds have a tremendous amount of impact on the IQ of people or the intelligence of the people, particularly sacred sounds. Whether they come from Jewish religion or Christianity or Hinduism or Buddhism, if they are sacred sounds, they are going to have an impact on the intelligence, and it changes the IQ. Now, I am taking it one step further to say that the sounds in different religions have the same power to create intelligence. The philosophy behind sounds is very intricate. It needs a lot of understanding of energy and matter, understanding about meaning, and how we make sense of things. Thinking can create. And what is thinking? Thinking is just using sounds. Sounds do create. Sounds can influence your genes. Sounds carry intelligence. So my equation is sound equals intelligence.